Thanks to the amazing folks over at Ameda City through the Predecessor Creators Guild, I've been given an opportunity to take a first look at Predecessor's upcoming patch, patch 1.4. This patch is absolutely massive and has some changes for every single hero in the game. It's also going to bring us our next Predecessor hero, Boris, who's going to be charging his way into Sanctuary. We got a lot to cover in this patch, so let's get to it. Zarus is a super cool, very unique, scrappy, loves to get into the fray of it, fighter, bruiser style hero that is actually Ameda City's first unique in-studio created hero. They've got a couple of good changes coming to his kit in patch 1.4, and we're going to go over those now. His first change is to his primary ability, Barricade. Now this is the ability where he unfurls the shield on his forearm, reducing incoming damage, and then he can cast after the end of the channel to deal damage and stun the enemies around him. The changes that they have made to this is that they have they've made the damage reduction a flat 75%, which is higher than every previous patches. It actually was a scaling damage reduction. I don't know exactly where it started, but let's say 35 to 65%, depending on what rank you have the ability at. Well, now the damage reduction is a flat 75% from rank 1, which is great for Zarus players. They have lowered the duration of the shield, making it where you need to be to get that stun off sooner. The minimum base damage is up early, down late. The maximum base damage is overall down, and the scaling damage is down. However, they have increased the length of time of the stun. So it's better for CC and it's better for mitigating damage, but it's just not quite as good for dealing damage. But that's not a bad trade as far as scrapping and team fighting goes. The next change that they have made is to his secondary ability, Evade. Now this is the ability that allows Zarus to dash, whether it's a very directionally controlled dash, and he gains some movement speed after the dash. What they have done is they've increased the movement speed, but they've lowered the duration of the movement speed bonus, and the overall cooldown of the ability is reduced as well. The next adjustment they've made is to his alternate ability, Spear of Near. This is a channeled ability where he can either stab right in front of him or channel and then throw his spear to do damage. The changes that they've made is that the stab is now blink proxy compatible, so you could really kind of surprise your enemies with some quick damage. You can now blink during charging. They have lowered the stab range, but they've increased the throw range. The overall scaling is up on this ability, so he should do more damage as the game goes on. The last change that they have made is to his ultimate ability, Colosseum. And now I really appreciate these changes. They have made the radius of the Colosseum larger, meaning you could fit more people inside of it. But they have lowered the wall height, so it's a little bit easier to get out of the Colosseum. But it's a very cool change, I think, because you can really take over more space during a team fight. So let me know what you think about these abilities and the changes that they've made, and whether you plan on playing Zarus in patch 1.4.